got three of them. One is a small Tar Heel 2, which is a little 100 watt, 120 watt. And then if you're looking at my QRZ.com page, my friend Mike and I built a bracket to push up just trying to think, it's also a Tar Heel 200 high HP for high power. It's a very large screwdriver antenna. Its base is probably about, I'd say about a meter 0.2. And then you can still put different sizes of whips on there. And that's also rated at about 1.5 kilowatts. So I do run in the RV. If you look at my house on the bottom right-hand corner, there's a 4x4 RV there, which we travel into southern Africa. And in the last sort of 3 years, I've done 45,000 kilometers. Work a lot of DX from the mobile, quite easy with 400 watts. Here in southern Africa, a very popular frequency is 30 meters, which is 10.130. That is a common frequency used in southern Africa, which we often use for mobile stations. It's voice. I think it's possibly only southern Africa and Australia that is allowed to work a voice on 30 meters, so that's quite interesting. Very interesting path throughout the day in southern Africa. So when I'm traveling around Botswana, Namibia, Angola, Zimbabwe, etc., I can talk back to the guys here in Cape Town quite easy. So there we go. Good, Andy. Let me just see if my friend Mike is on frequency, and perhaps you can give him a report. As I said, you're a very clear 59, so we're very nice to make contact with you. Let me just check if my friend's there. Mike, are you there?
Yeah, roger there, Peter. Let me give Andy a quick shout. I'm only running 100 watts, so hopefully Andy can hear me. Hotel Bravo 9, Charlie Victor, Quebec. This is Zulu Sierra 1, Radio Japan Queen, and the name is Mike. How'd you copy, Andy? Over.
Well, it's difficult. Zulu Sierra 1, Radio Japan. What was the last letter?
Queen, Quebec.
Zulu Sierra 5.
Again, only the Zulu Sierra 1, Radio Juliet question mark, over.
Queen, Radio Japan Queen, Quebec, Queen.
Okay, I think I have it as the Zulu Sierra 1, Radio Juliet, Quebec. You are 2x2, over.
Roger, the 2x2. You are 5 and 9, 59, 5, 9. QSL?
Did you say 5-3, 1, 2, 3?
9, number 9, 7, 8, 9, 5 and 9.
Stand by, don't call it between. Okay. HB9 Charlie Victor Queen. Roger, thank you for the good report. Can I have your name? My name is Andy. Romeo Juliet, Quebec, over.
Roger. The name is Mike. Mexico, Italy, Kilo, Echo. Mike. QSL?
Okay, got it. And your QDH is also somewhere in Cape Town?
1 kilometer from Peter. 1 kilometer from Peter. Over.
Okay. That is affirmative, but your signal is very hard to copy, so pass it back to Peter. Peter, go ahead.
Tell him I'm going to land on.
Yeah, okay, thanks for listening out for Mike. That is ZS1RJQ. He's also running an ICOM 7300. He's running a Explorer 14 3-element, but he's waiting for the amp to warm up. So there we go. All right, well, I'm going to have a look at your QRZ.com page, and I'm going to say thank you for the QSO. Very good, strong signals down in Cape Town. So you carry on calling. I'm sure there's many South African hams which are listening out on 20. It's very close to our grey line. our sunset here in Cape Town areas in about 30 minutes' time. So I'm sure there's a lot of South African stations possibly calling you. 73s, I will log you on qrz.com, and thank you very much for listening out for Mike. Hotel Bravo 9, Charlie, Victor, Quebec. The frequency is yours. ZS1 Papa Zulu. Bye-bye.
Short question, Peter. When you say traveling all these neighboring countries, and had quite a good bit of success with the HF Mobile, how well is the supply by GSM, by mobile phone in the various areas? Over.
Sorry, how well is the supply? Sorry, I just don't understand the question. Over.
Yeah, how well is the supply? I mean, the coverage, I should say, by GSM, UMTS, or whatever is HF for the mobile telephones. Over.
Okay, QSL. Okay, when traveling in South Africa, I would say 90% of South Africa does have cell phone communication, but Namibia is probably the second best, probably at about 70%, but generally the main big towns, there's some of obviously the deserts where there's no population, so there's no cell phone coverage in the deserts. Zimbabwe and Botswana as well, so they kind of limited to the large towns. So when you get to a town, you have cell phone coverage. When you're about 10 kilometers out of town, then you find that you don't have cell phone coverage. That's why it's very nice to be able to have HF in case you do break down and you don't have any communication. We're going up in July. We're going up north of the country in South Africa to one of the game parks, which is called the Kalahari. What they did is years ago, the three countries, South Africa, Namibia, and Botswana, where those three countries have a border, there's a huge open game park. So there's no cell phone communication in that game park on the South African side or the other side. So the only way of communication, we will be gone for about 3 weeks. The only communication we will have is HF ham radio, over.
I wonder if you can hear me now.
It's probably similar to what you see on Australia in some of the areas there. And that was exactly my question. Thanks for answering that. 73, have a good weekend there, and also Peter, have a long day. Peter, HB9, Canada, Victor Queen. Bye-bye.
Okay, Andy, just listen out for Mikey's amplifiers on. 73s, Mike, pick it up.
Yeah, Andy, I've got the amplifier on. It's not totally tuned up properly, but it should be given about 500 watts. So wonder what my signal report is now, Andy. From ZS1RJQ.
Yeah, okay, Mike. In this case, you're up to about a 4x4, over.
Okay, roger the 4x4. You actually gone down a little bit with me, but thank you for the 4x4. Have a wonderful evening up there, and your summer, our winter's heading towards us. 73, Andy.
Roger that. Thanks very much, sir.
Down 10, Peter. Down 10, Peter, over.
Okay, Peter going down 10.
Yeah, okay. Let's see if you're resisting this.
Okay, the frequency looks clear. So I'm just wondering, Peter, how are you today? ZS1 Papa Zulu, Oscar November 8 Echo India. We've spoken before. Name is John, over.
Yeah, QSL, John, very good afternoon to you. Nice to hear your voice. Yes, I do recognize the voice, and hopefully you're keeping well that side. Nice opening. My friend Mike gave me a call on VHF and said, hey, get into the shack, 10 meters is working very nicely. So there we go, John. This side, let me just quickly have a look at the meter, and I'll give you a more accurate report, and then I'll hand you over to my friend Mike. But good to hear your voice, John, and hopefully you're enjoying the weekend that side. a nice clear signal into Cape Town, South Africa this afternoon. Ocean November 8 Echo India. How copy? ZS1 Papa Zulu.
Yeah, Roger, a very good day to you, Peter. Nice to hear you and nice to hear Mike. And I could hear him with and without the amp. You're 5 and 6 with me, and great audio as always. Today I'm using a Delta loop. It's not so high. It's probably about maybe 7 meters or 8 meters above the ground, beaming towards South Africa. 3-element Delta loop, which I'm testing today. And the radio is the old favorite. It's the Hermes Light. So I haven't heard Lyle on the air recently, but I have been in communication with him, and of course he's been down in Cape Agulhas. So I think he's back in Cape Town now. I did send him a message, but he's a busy man. So 5 and 6 sounding great in Belgium. ZS1 Papa Zulu, Oscar November 8 Echo India, and the group. Peter, over.
Okay, lovely stuff, John. Okay, all noted. I'm wanting to purchase a Hermes Light. I'm kind of swaying between two radios. I've possibly discussed this with you: the Hermes Light 2 or the Yaesu FT710. And my reason for this is the noise in South Africa is getting worse and worse and worse on all bands. And I think one has to look at modern technology and look at the possible computer digital noise reductions, etc., etc. So first of all, the FT710, I did play with it at Lyle's house. He's got a Kenwood, he's got a FT-DX10, and he's got a FT710. Now, the FT710 is a very good price at the moment for us South Africans because, we pay everything in dollars. And I was quite impressed with the second noise reduction capabilities of that receiver. I think it's running a 32-bit processor. But the Hermes Light was even more impressive. I do understand that it's not a radio in the sense that it's a box with knobs on. It's obviously a box with a computer in which you connect to a computer, and you drive a headset or a pair of speakers with a microphone, and you change all your frequencies and everything on the computer. But I kind of did feel that the Hermes Light processing from a reception point of view was even better than the 710. What is your take on the Hermes Light 2, John? Ocean November 8 Echo India, ZS1 Papa Zulu.
Yeah, Roger, on that, Peter, all noted, and not forgetting Mike, who hopefully is still there. Well, I have the Apache Labs 7000 DLE Mark II, and I also have the Hermes Light 2, and there's no difference. I can hear no difference in the sound. There's one or two differences. The Hermes Light is a 5-watt radio. Of course, you need the computer and all that. And the Apache has a thing which might interest you, but they are much more expensive. And it has diversity, and that's a way of nulling away the noise. So I wonder, have you come across the expression diversity? Over.
Yeah, I've heard of diversity. I'm not too keen on. I'm not too clued up on the technology. I will Google that tonight and have a look. But I've had people send me video clips of myself around the world, and the ones which have been recorded with a Hermes Light is absolutely phenomenal audio. I've never heard anything like it in my life before. And it seems a much better receiver. And am I correct in saying Hermes Lite, you run on the same software as the Anon. I know something's very similar to another type of SDR computer radio, which might have been the Anon. John, over.
Yeah, Roger. Yeah, it's the same software. It's the Theta software. And all those years ago, I think it must be nearly 2 years ago, since Lyle got his Hermes Lite and hardly ever used it. But it was my son that set up the software for him. Over.
Oh, okay. Okay, lovely. I've seen some wonderful photographs in the background, and that's truly amazing. Maybe that's your son I spoke to. I remember seeing an amazing, colorful, I think it was a city photograph of blues and purples, etc. It really looked so impressive. Let alone that, I mean, the sound was absolutely phenomenal. I have also heard of AI. In other words, what you do is you log on your computer and you send your audio from your speaker output through your computer, and you connect to one of these AI sites. And apparently it's very, very fast, and it takes out the noise component. So that's very, very interesting. Okay, let's see if Mike's there. John, ZS1RJQ, are you still with us, or have you fallen asleep, Mike?
No, I had my sleep earlier on, and that was enough for me anyway. Hope you're copying me, John. Nice to hear you again. Been quite a while. Jeepers. We'll be, with all this technology and software and everything else, we'll be using the telephone again soon. Certainly leading towards that way. Anyway, ON8, Echo India. Nice to hear you, John. 59, but deep QSB from ZS1RJQ.
Yeah, Roger, on that, Mike. Nice to hear you as well. ZS1 Romeo Juliet Quebec, Oscar November 8 Echo India, and the little group. Yeah, you're 5'6", 5'7", but your lovely English accent is coming through quite nicely. And by the way, Peter and Mike, I'm recording this conversation, and when I clear down with you guys, I'll put it up on YouTube, and I'll send both of you the link, and I'll also send it to Lyle to see what he's missing. So the noise reduction too, Peter, just cancels out all the hissy noise. Now, some of the voodoo type people, they don't like it, because it isn't a true representation of the voice. But I love it, and it means when you listen, you suffer very, very little fatigue. So I wonder how you're hearing me, Mike. ZS1 Romeo Juliet Quebec, Oscar November 8 Echo India, and the group, Mike, over.
Yeah, from ZS1RJQ and the group, and it looks like we're going to get another one join us, another DJ there. Just heard them on 2 meters hooking up. I'm hearing you absolutely readability 5, crystal clear. As I said, QSB. The antenna I took down and serviced the motor on there, and unfortunately my SWR is telling me I got about 100 watts coming back from 600 watts. So the antenna, I need to sort the SWR out up there. I must have not put something back quite right. But 5 readability, 9 on the peak. But when you go down, you go right down the scale there, John. But 59 on the peak. QSL?
Yeah, Roger. Well, you're 5 and 5, and you've remained 5, 5, 5, 6. And when you came in first without the amplifier, I could also hear you as well. So there was no problem. And you have to say, I'll put it back to Peter now. Peter, that's the beauty of the shortwave radio that we all enjoy. You never know who you're going to bump into, Peter. Over.
Yeah, it's lovely. It's absolutely lovely. Mike and I have got friends all around the world, and it's great to hear voices come up and say good morning or good afternoon or good evening. And then we say, who's that? And he says, oh, it's Andy, or it's John, or it's... And he would say, oh, that's nice. Haven't heard your voice in a couple of months. And yeah, it's really, really great. And especially because we have got subjects of very much same interest. So technology is moving so fast that we can't keep up with all of it. And you need to sort of home in and say, right, what am I interested in? Well, I'm interested in trying to hear things better with all the solar panels down my road. And okay, so would you agree that the Hermes light is better with, as you say, the audio sounds absolutely phenomenal, and the strain. I was listening to 40 meters last night till about 1 o'clock in the evening, and I had the headphones on, and the strain on my ears with all the snap, crackle, and pop. I think I fell asleep here at about 1:30. And it's as you say, it's quite a lot of mental strain on the ears listening to that back hash, whereas it seems very, very well controlled on the Hermes light. Anyway, John, I don't want to take up all your DXM time. We do have another friend on frequency. His name is also Peter, but we rather call him PJ. Otherwise, there's too many Peters and Mikes around. So would you kindly listen out for PJ, John? I'm going to ask him to give you a call. PJ, are you on frequency? Okay, go ahead and give John a call.
Yeah, okay, very good. Thanks, Peter. ZS1PA Zulu, ZS1RJQ. Oscar 8 Echo India. Good afternoon, evening to you there, John. Nice to hear you. 56. But very good audio. It's coming through nicely, very nicely. This time is running the basic 100 watts from the ICOM 700. Sorry, ICOM 710. Sorry, ICOM 7100, and homebrew Moxon antenna about 15 meters above the ground. So in your general direction. So that's the setup this side. But nice to hear you and to be able to hook up with you there, John. We'll put it back to you, see if there's any copy. Oscar November 8, India, from Zulu Sugar 1, Papa America.
Yeah, Roger. Okay, hopefully I've got your call sign, PJ. And I wonder, well, hopefully you're not in your PJs, HI. But, yeah, you're not as strong as the other guys. You're I would say, 5 and 3, 53, something like that. But hearing most of, there was a few dropouts, but I did hear most of what you said. Okay, PJ, just to tell you, on this side, it's a Hermes light. Power at the moment is about 500 watts, and the antenna is a delta loop, 3-element delta loop, and it's about 9 meters above the ground. So lucky me, I'm getting a delivery of. Okay, thank you, darling. Yes. Okay, I'm getting a lovely delivery of coffee and cake. Just put that down as I speak. So being well looked after today, PJ. So I'll put it back to you, PJ, for a report, and nice to hear you for the first time. ZS1 Papa Alpha, Oscar November 8 Echo India, and the group, PJ, over.
Okay, very good, John. Oscar November 8 Echo India from Zulu Sugar 1, Papa America in the group. And no, fine. You're about 53 to 55. But I suppose that's to be expected. Maybe this time of the day conditions. But anyway, nice to hook up with you. I won't hold it. I'll pop it back to Peter there, or Peter's going to pass it on to Mike there. ZS1 Papa, all the best there for the weekend, by the way, John. And thanks for calling me in there. Should I take it away? ZS1 Papa Zulu in the group? ZS1PA.
Sure, okay, thanks, PJ. ZS1 Papa Alpha. ZS1 Papa Zulu in the group. All right, good. Well, I'm glad that PJ was able to make contact with you. A little bit of QS Baker on that last over, John. So perhaps we're losing you a wee bit there. But PJ's just running 100 watts. I'm running about 400 watts. And I guess Mike is running about 500-600 watts. So that's the operating conditions from all of us. So myself and PJ running homemade Moxon beams. And Mike's running an Explorer 14, which I think he said he might have a SWR problem, which we'll have to have a look at. I'm going to bid you 73s, John. Lovely to hear your voice. And sounds like you're being well looked after from your better half. And you just remember that you now owe her a lovely cup of coffee in bed when she's waking up. So there we go. John, have a lovely weekend ahead of you. Thanks for calling us all down 10. It was very nice to hear your voice. 73s from Cape Town, and we'll do it again sometime. I'm sure there's many stations which would like to say good afternoon to you. Ocean November 8 Echo India, 73s from ZS1 Papa Zulu and Company.
Yeah, Roger on that, Peter. All copied. Okay, just one thing. If you're using the radio at home, get the Hermes Light. That's my thing on that. And you can take over the frequency now, Peter, because I'm sure you've created a bit of interest. 3 ZS stations in one place can't be bad. So you take the frequency over. I'll continue to let the stream, it's not a stream, but the recording go. And I'll drink my coffee, eat my cake, and listen further. So greetings to you, greetings to Mike, and greetings to you, PJ. So I'll put it back to you. And by the way, Peter, if you're speaking to Lyle, tell him hopefully we'll get him back on the air soon, even if he's just mobile down by the ocean. So I'll put it back to you, Peter, for a final. ZS1 Papa Zulu, Oscar November 8 Echo India and the group. 73's from Belgium, Peter, over.
Yeah, okay. John, just a quick question. I was looking at the components from the Hermes Light website, and it looks like you got the main board, and then you can purchase an I/O board, and you can purchase a pre-drilled box. Is there any other components one needs to make that work? Yes, I do understand, obviously, a microphone and the other cables. But from a PC board point of view, is it just the two boards? And what is an I/O board? Is that the filter board? Ocean November 8 Echo India, ZS1 Papa Zulu and Company.
Yeah, Roger, all you need is the enclosure. You need the main board and the filter board. The I/O board is only really interesting if you want to do CW or you want to plug directly into the radio. I use virtual. Most people are transmitting. For example, my microphone is connected to the computer. Over.
Yeah, okay. So what you're saying is if you get the I/O board, then you could actually go and plug a microphone into the aluminium box. Is that a QSL?
Yeah, Roger on that. And what I recommend before you pull the trigger on it, go to the QRZ page and even the YouTube page of Oscar November 7, Oscar Fox. He covers really everything, over.
Okay, Oscar November 7, question mark?
Yeah, Roger. Oscar November 7, Oscar Fox. On, off, over.
Okay, Ocean November 7, Ocean Foxtrot. Okay, I will look up, is that your son, John?
Negative, no. Certainly not. No, he's a good friend of mine in Belgium, over.
Okay, QSL. All right, thank you very much. And do you agree that the filtering capabilities and the audio reproduction is absolutely phenomenal on that Hermes Light. Over.
Yeah, Roger, it certainly is. And if you get a moment, maybe when you're finished your DXing and you're drinking a coffee or tea, go to my YouTube channel. It's just my call sign, and you'll see about, I don't know, maybe 250 QSOs that I had with either the Hermes Light or the Annan, and both of them sound the same. Over.
Okay, QSL. And are you running a preamplifier before the main amplifier, or are you running a LD MOS that can run off 5 watts input, John?
Yeah, I'm using an LD MOS, and at the moment I'm looking at the power on the software screen, on the computer screen. It says 2.5 watts. So 2.5 watts is giving me on my LD MOS amplifier 500 watts. Over.
Yeah, I did read that the gain of those LD MOSs is absolutely phenomenal. Okay, now that's very nice. So you could drive it up to 5 watts. What LD MOS are you running from a linear point of view, John?
Yeah, I'm using an off-the-shelf ACOM 1200S, and the guy I bought it from, he took the attenuator out, and that's the reason for that. But as you know, Peter, Lyle can make these things. Over.
Yeah, I'm very technical as well. Do you actually build the components on the board, or is it just sort of putting components together in a box, John?
It's all, even myself, who I consider myself a paper ham, as a good pal of mine would call me. It's all pushed together. Over.
Okay, that's no problem. No, myself and Mike and PJ, we go down to board. We actually manufacture PC boards and we repair stuff, and we're all of us are very technical in the electronic side, so that won't be a problem. All right, John, well, you enjoy your lovely coffee before it gets cold, and your piece of cake, and lovely chatting to you, and thanks for the information on your site, and obviously Ocean November 7, Ocean Foxtrot. I'll definitely have a look at that tonight with enthusiasm. 73 is, John, let me hand it to Mike. He's probably QSY to another frequency. 73 is all the best from Cape Town. Mike, pick it up.
Yeah, thanks, Peter, and hi to PJ there. Okay, John, God bless. Enjoy your coffee and cake. I'm sure you've probably eaten it already. And hi to the XYL there. God bless from Cape Town. You take care, John, and thanks for giving us a shout. Ocean November 8, Echo India. This is ZS1RJQ at the group. 73, John.
Yeah, 73 is Mike. Till the next time. And bye-bye to you, PJ, if you're still there. Over, PJ?
Okay, cheers, John.
Yeah, you take the frequency, Peter. Over.
Yeah, it sounds like there's a pile up.
Thanks, John. You take it, mate.
Yeah, just remember that I'm actually pulling back over 120 watts VSWR. So down here is really not a little hurt rate, but better than you do it, Peter.
Okay, you sound fine there.
Yeah, it's just showing 600 watts out, 125 back. Up the top end is crystal clear. QRZ, this is ZS1RJQ and Company. QRZ. Okay, I heard a Delta, a Mexico, and another station asking for my call sign. Zulu, Sierra 1, Radio Japan Queen. Go ahead. Delta Lima 8, Foxtrot Quebec. This is ZS1RJQ and Company. The name is Mike, Mexico Italy Kilo Echo, and you're about a 4 and 7. 47, Delta Lima 8, Foxtrot Quebec, the ZS1RJQ and Company. Yes, absolutely, mate. Foxtrot Quebec, ZS1RJQ and Company. You actually touched the 9 there, Rolf, 59. Our sun has gone down, so we're just about sort of grey line and conditions are changing. But 59, I did hear a lot of stations calling us. I'm going to pass you over to Peter. He can give you a report, Rolf, but thanks for giving us a shout there. Peter, give Rolf a shout.
Yeah, okay, very good afternoon to you, Rolf. I'm not too sure what the call sign is. The call sign this side is Zulu Sierra, and number 1, Papa Zulu. And Rolf, my name is Peter, Papa Echo Tango Echo Radio. You're about a 5 and 5, 55, 5 and 5 into Bishop Cape Town this evening. I wonder how you copy, Rolf. I'm not too sure on the call from ZS1 Papa Zulu and Company. Okay, lovely stuff there. All noted on the TS870 and the 400 watt and the 3 element. Yeah, deep QS taker on that last over. You nearly touched a 59 and then dropped back to about a 56, 57. So a very nice signal from your side there. And what is the height of the 3 element, Rolf, over? Okay, no, that's decent height. No, that's excellent. All right, fantastic. This side, I'm running a homemade 2-element Moxon beam. Currently, she's up at about 8 meters in your direction, running 400 watt solid state and an ICOM 7300. So that's the operating conditions from my side. All right, we will log you on qrz.com. Nice to make contact with you. And very good evening from Cape Town. Local time is just gone 5:45 in the evening, and we're slowly going into our winter, so the evenings are not as warm as they used to be, but a good 21 degrees Celsius in the shack at the moment, so it's not too bad. But normally midday temperatures in Cape Town is normally 25 plus, where I doubt it went over 22, 23 today. So, but a beautiful day, no wind, and sunny skies, no rain, but Mike was telling me earlier that I believe we are having a storm sort of Tuesday, Wednesday next week, and that brings a little bit of snow into the tops of the very high mountains. So we're going to have a bit of a cold spell next week. That's probably the start of our winter. And you guys, I've heard a week or two ago, many of the Europeans were telling me that you've had some really good weather, especially the guys in the UK. So there we go. Delta Lima 8 Foxtrot Quebec, ZS1 Papa Zulu and Company. Okay, very nice on that lot over. Most of the time you were touching 59. All right, no, that's excellent. Well, at least you got something to look forward to. Generally speaking, do you have a good summers, or is it still pretty cold that side, Rolf, or do you have a fairly nice sunny summers? Delta Lima 8 Foxtrot Quebec, ZS1 Papa Zulu and Company. No, negative. Normally, we actually about 30 kilometers south of Cape Town. We stay in a village called Fishhook, and our village has a northerly mountain range and a southerly mountain range. So we can't see Cape Town. So it's, the short skip line of sight is not really there for most of the other ZS1s. Sometimes Lyle and I can just hear each other, but because of the mountain, there's no ground wave. So I didn't hear that other station. But I'm sure if he wants to call you, he can. Maybe you can go down a few megs there. Let's just see. You said it was ZS1 question mark? Okay, Delta Whiskey Hotel. All right, if there's a ZS1 Delta Whiskey Hotel out there, would you mind going down a few KCs? Rolf would like to give you a call there. Okay, Rolf, 73s. Thanks again. Bye-bye. Okay, 73s, Rolf. All the best. Enjoy your weekend. Bye-bye. Okay, a couple of stations. Very good afternoon to you. I am hearing a golf station. The golf station only, please. Okay, Germany 3, Radio Germany Sierra. Do I have your call correct? Sorry, everybody talking over you. Okay, QSL, very good afternoon to you. My call is Zulu Sierra, number 1 Papa Zulu. And my name is Peter, and I'm working in tandem with a friend of mine, Mike. So there we go. Your station, 57 to 58, a little bit of QS Baker, but nice band opening. We're working on our grey line. So we've just gone into darkness here in Cape Town, South Africa. So as I said, ZS1 Papa Zulu, the name is Peter, and your report 57 at the moment. If you could let us know what your your name is and what you're operating. Microphone back to you. Golf 3, Radio Juliet Sierra, ZS1, Papa Zulu and Company. Okay, lovely stuff, Dave. Just tell us quickly, what is a transceiver? Okay, lovely stuff. All noted on the expert. And lovely linears, those as well. And all noted you running about 650 watts into a 3-element tri-bander. Okay, no, nice signal, 57. This side, running a 2-element homemade Moxon beam, up at about 10-11 meters, your direction. Running 400 watts solid state, and an ICOM 7300. The operating conditions, my side, Dave. Good to hear your voice, and nice conditions from a reception point of view. I'm going to hand you over to my mate, Mike, and he can give you a report as well. So please stand by, Dave. Mike, pick it up.
Radio Golf Sierra. This is Zulu Sierra 1, Radio Japan Queen. The name is Mike. How'd you copy, Dave? Over. Yeah, G3RGS, ZS1RJQ, and fine on the X-Well, come from Simonstown, and yeah, you're quite correct, just round the corner to us, Dave. I'm originally from the Isle of Wight, just down the road from where you are, Dave, so long time ago, I left there in 1990. Anyway, your signal is about a 5 and 6, 56, deep QSB, right down to 0. Just about copy when you go down, but most of the time you're up around the 5, 6 there, Dave. Anyway, lovely signal, and nice to hear you. I'm running, what am I running here? An IC7300, the amplifier, which is an ACOM 1010. Unfortunately, my antenna is not tuned to this frequency. For some reason, it's right up the top end of the band. So, a bit out of tune there. So we're running probably just under 500 watts there, Dave. Your antenna in your shack. My shack must be starting on the garden there, Dave. The G3RG, ZS1RJQ. Dave, God bless, and hi to the X-Well. That's great. The Tango Yankee station, go ahead. Yeah, Roger there. We left you a little bit late because you're such a strong signal, so we knew you'd still be there. 5 and 9 plus 5 on that over. The name is Mike, and you probably heard the working condition, 600 watts, RPM 415, and 300 from Turkish And the name is Mike. Next go is Lima Zulu 3 Yankee ZS1RJQ. Roger, beautiful signal. As I say, you were strongest in the fight up there, so we left you a little bit low to the pass you over to my friend, he's just up the road from me, and he can give you a report there, Pa. Peter, take it.
Yeah, very good afternoon to you. I think it's Bob. My name is Peter, Papa, Echo, Tango, Echo Radio. Peter's the name, and my call sign is Zulu Sierra number 1, Papa Zulu. Your signal is between a 57 and 59, a little bit of QS Baker, but nice signal this afternoon, good opening. And this side running a 2-element homemade Moxon beam up at about 10-11 meters, your direction, and running 400 watts and an ICOM 7300. So that's the operating conditions this side. I wonder what you're operating there, Pa. Lima Zulu 3 Tango Yankee ZS1 Papa Zulu. Okay, lovely stuff. All right, we'll log you on QRZ.com, and thanks for coming back to the fore. Lima Zulu 3 Tango Yankee, ZS1 Papa Zulu and Company. Bye-bye.
7 Queen 7 Echo Bravo. 7 Quebec 7 Echo Bravo.
Okay, Hotel Ocean 9 only, please. Repeat your call. Okay, Yankee Oscar 9, Yankee Oscar. Very good evening to you. My call, Zulu Sierra, number 1, Papa Zulu. And my name is Peter, Papa Echo Tango Echo Radio. Peter's the name. This side, a nice signal from you, 57 to 58. 5 and 7 to 5 and 8. Microphone back to you. Yankee Oscar 9, Yankee Oscar, ZS1 Papa Zulu.